this Irish Day.
Yes.
But anyway, I had three quick questions I've been saving up till I could finally get through to you real quick. But one, I was just wondering if it was possible to give people a tax credit for the penalty payments they had to pay under Obamacare once that's all thrown away. That was one idea. And then I wondered if we could get the internet back, the security of the internet back from the UN that Obama gave to them, so that when he gets involved with the UN, if that's what he does, that they won't have a ability to find out more about us than they do already. And then finally, question was wondering about the man that got put in jail for the video from Benghazi. I'm just wondering if he's still stuck there, or if they ever got him out. So those were what I wanted to know.
Okay, the last one, that's a mouthful, Ruth. The last
know
one,
it.
I don't know. The United Nations thing is probably up in the air because, as you know, the administration has said that they are going to dramatically cut funding to the United Nations, which is going to give us some more leverage. And I happen to know that this administration never went along with the idea of turning over control of the internet to the United Nations, and I don't know exactly legally where that all stands. Now, what was your first one again?
Okay.
The first one
Okay.
was about I know, a credit for the penalties that you've already paid. Probably not.
My friends have.
Yeah, probably not. I haven't heard any talk about that. Here's what I have heard that's encouraging, that as they move this repeal and replace plan through, they are making it effective for 2017. So at least people will get relief for this year once they get it cleared and once they get it signed by President Trump. So that is good news. But I doubt if they're going to go back and make any of the penalties, credits for the penalties that you paid in the past. I think that damage is already done. Thanks a lot for the call, Ruth, and thank you for listening. John, welcome to the Herman Cain Show. What's on your mind today? John, you got a minute on rapid fire.
All right, this is John.
Yeah, John.
Herman, I wanted to tell you my experience with Obamacare in reference to what's happening right now in Congress and what Trump is trying to, and the Republicans are trying to put together.
Right.
In my case, when Obamacare came into place, my health care costs for deductible copay for just my wife and ourselves, prior to Obamacare, the year before, it was around $5,000. When Obamacare came out, now this is going to be a shocker.
Yeah.
It was $42,000.
$42,000.
That's what happened to me.
Wait. Was that the annual cost?
That is the annual cost.
Holy
it went from
moly.
to 42. Now, I did not actually believe this myself, but in my company, I called my human resources people 3 times.
Yes.
In the last quarter, that's when they would call you and tell you what your costs were and if you wanted to participate the coming year.
Right.
Now, healthcare or no healthcare, I wasn't looking for any doctor at $42,000 a year.
Wow.
I mean, that was crazy.
Wow.
And that's, of course, after-tax money.
Yes.
So that's what happened to me with Obamacare. Now, the news media and the advertisements about whatever is going to happen with the current plan
Yes.
is just unbelievably, it's a lie.
It is a lie.
They're talking about costs going up
Yes.
and so forth.
Yes.
I'm talking about advertisements I've heard on the radio about you really don't want to, you want to call your congressman to tell them not to pass this current plan because it's going to increase your costs and so forth and so forth. Now, all I've got to say is relative to what Trump said in response to a question, what have you got to lose?
Right.
It was so bad before. I couldn't possibly get worse than what it was before.
Well, here's what I'm going to do when I come back in the next segment. Because there are so many lies out there about what this current proposal will do, and I know there are a lot of lies out there about the advantages of Obamacare, and we keep pointing up some of those. I'm going to go through some of the summary things that are highlighted in what's being proposed and read off some of these repeal. But you're absolutely right. Your experience is very typical to what I have seen with a whole lot of other people, John. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Shana B., this is Herman. I got to take an early break. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
He has solutions for a better America.
He's just common sense.
This is Herman Cain.
What happened? Hello?
I had was grits and bacon. Shandy B,
Hey, there you are.
I'm back.
All right. You okay?
Yeah. Something blew me out, man. I was in pain. All I had was grits and bacon this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, streamers. I guess that's on the stream. Man, sorry about that, Shane B.
That's okay. You're keeping the traffic center on their toes.
Oh, good. They had to go to it earlier, huh?
They go right to it, so the reporter's got to be on the ball. Yeah, hurry up, put out their cigarette, and get their feet off the counter.
Oh, we gotta go to work. Go to work.
Make something up.
That's right.
All right, back to rapid fire.
Okay. Okay.
And Bob is ready.
You're not alone, however. The National Crime Prevention Council and U.S. Department of Justice have partnered to help homeowners identify and steer clear of these scam artists.
McGruff the Crime Dog here. Protect your home and safeguard your finances. It only takes a little time to become informed. Start by finding a free legitimate housing counselor today.
Take the first.
Anytime.
Welcome back to the Herman Cain Show. Thank you for joining us. And Bob, you're going to be the last one on Rapid Fire. Bob, you've got the last minute on Rapid Fire.
Okay. Well, we've done these financial studies and everything on the Affordable Care Act and to come up with all these numbers.
Yes.
Do they have anything on the Obamacare as to what's going to happen here in the next year? It's going to be in comparison?
That's a good idea. I don't know whether that information exists. I do know that the CBO report is totally false because of the assumptions they made, and secondly, because of their track record for being so wrong. Let's just take the biggest example. They say that 24 million people are going to lose health insurance. That's a lie, because when they were predicting how many people were going to get Obamacare, in 2015, they said 24 million people were going to pick up insurance. Well, 12 million people signed up through Obamacare. Then for the following year, they said it was going to be 26 million and only 11 people signed up. We don't really know what the numbers are. So I don't know whether they have somebody trying to go back and, truly document all of those numbers, but that right there says that the CBO report is at least off by 50%. So it's not going to be 14 million people as one report, and they jump around, says that it's going to be in terms of how many people are going to lose health insurance. And I don't think they really know how many people. The people that are losing health insurance trying to sign up on Obamacare is already a big number. We just don't know what that number. But that's a good idea. If they were to do a comparison of side by side, that would be helpful. But I don't know whether or not that is going on or not.
I just wondered if it could be done in there and something like that. Because
it could be done.
We're being fed a line of baloney out here.
Yeah. Well, you're being fed a line of baloney about the Obamacare, the Unaffordable Care Act, but you're not being fed a line of baloney about the Republican proposal, and let me tell you why. I'm looking and holding in my hands the Ways and Means Committee summary of the plan. Let's start with individual mandate, gone. Employer mandate, gone. Repeal of the tax on employee health insurance premiums, gone. Repeal of the tax on over-the-counter medications. Repeal of increase of tax on health savings accounts. Repeal of limitations on contributions to flexible savings accounts. Repeal of medical device tax. Repeal of elimination of deduction for expenses allocatable to Medicare Part D subsidy. Repeal of increase in income threshold for medical expense deduction. Repeal of Medicare tax increase. refundable tax credit for health insurance. This is where people will get a refundable tax credit based upon their age. And you get more the older you are. And repeal of the tanning tax, repeal of the net investment tax. What are these liars talking about out here about this program is going to do all of this damage to people? I'm not mad at you, Bob. I just get passionate about this, okay? It's repeal, 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 repeal. Now, Rand Paul and others are harping on the fact that it's not just a straight repeal first. Well, they are doing it because of the legislative gymnastics they have to go through. But now they want to criticize it for it not being, exactly what was said. And then Nancy Pelosi, among others, says that the Republican health care proposal is a giant transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich.
This bill, which was called by Speaker Ryan an act of mercy, called that bill an act of mercy. Is it an act of mercy to throw 24 million people out of health insurance so Republicans can hand billionaires a massive new tax giveaway?
Doesn't sound like a massive new tax giveaway to me, Bob. Not at all. Not with all of those repeals in there. And this is what, they continue to lie about. So you're right. The baloney is about the current system and about how many people are benefiting. What the plan that the Republicans have put on the table and has now been passed out of one of the committees in the House does is that it puts control back in the hands of the consumer, back into the hands of the doctors and the medical providers, and out of the hands of government and government bureaucrats. There is one government program run out of Washington, D.C., that has been successful when they try to micromanage it down to the state, down to the county, down to your family, and down to your pocketbook. Not one has been successful. Thanks a lot, Bob. You're listening to The Herman Cain Show. Don't forget, go to HermanCain.com. You just might learn something. We'll be back.